But it did indeed land safely, and now Perseverance is studying the surface of Mars for any signs of life.
One of the people deciding where the rover goes and what it does next is a geologist from Maine, and she is making those calls and examining what's found right from her home in Brunswick.
I literally have the longest and the shortest commute of anyone I know.
So you must have quite a setup.
Actually, you're looking at my setup. I'm talking to my laptop and I have a telephone, a cell phone here.
Dr. Aileen Yingst, a senior scientist with the Planetary Science Institute, has worked with NASA for years, not only studying space rocks, but designing and testing rover operations. Years of work have culminated in this.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars.
I'm so overwhelmed with the fact that we are on Mars and that we are, after all of the years that we planned the mission, are looking at Jezero crater from the inside.
The Jezero crater is believed to have once been a lake and therefore a likely place to find any signs of life. Yingst works on the Sherlock instrument, which can take stunning close-up images, examining even the tiniest grains of sand.
All of those grains tell a story, right? You can essentially tell the story of the world in a grain of sand.
Yingst studies the shape of rocks. It's called morphology.
My job is to take that information and interpret it into a story of how the Martian environment changed from one point to the next. So how did those grains get knocked off from the rock? How did they travel to where they are?
Perseverance will extensively study the bed of the crater, which is about the size of Lake Tahoe. But the rover does have the ability to climb out of the crater.
If you picture the Grand Canyon, you have all of those layers kind of stacked. Each of those layers represents a different environment, a different period of time. And the more of those layers you can look at, the further back in time you can go, the more the story that you can tell. We're not going to find complex fossils. We're not going to find things that are easy. We're talking about organic strings that suggest that life was there. We're talking about very, very subtle evidence.
Yingst and her team are analyzing and making decisions in real time, which means they're living on Martian time. A day on Mars is 24 hours, 37 minutes long, which means the workday is ever changing. Some weeks she'll be getting up at 3 a.m., other weeks starting work at 3 p.m. Yingst doesn't mind at all.
There's nothing quite like working with a group of people who are just as intensely into what you're doing, and sleepless nights and just a little bit of sleep deprivation, and it's a little like being in college.
And like it was in college, this is a period of discovery for Yingst.
We're doing geology for the rest of the world. We're doing geology for the rest of humanity, and we're doing geology for the ages. We're not coming back here anytime soon. So we have to be very efficient and very wise about how we use the resources that we have. And so that means a lot of late nights and a lot of work, and I'm ready for it. This is the best job in the world.
I so thought she would have some Star Trek looking, command center in her home. No, laptop and cell phone.
It's amazing that technology can all just be compacted into that. Yeah.
Truly, and she says it's by design. NASA's the one whose technology led to all of these miniature, components in our technology. So.
I love this. I love that we can follow along on this journey. And I love that Mainers are involved in it too.
And amazing pictures. Amazing.